So I was needing to warm up a little bit for something I'm about to do. I figured this could be a great way to do that. So sometimes I like to just play a game to warm up. Sometimes I like to just do Sumego. It just depends on how I feel. In this case, I figure we can play a game. If you notice off to the side, I still have the same three things I mentioned before. I need to make sure I'm taking my time and considering my options and reading as best I can. But I added that extra one of stay consistent. Consistency is actually extremely important in Go. So I need to make sure I'm maintaining that consistent mindset. If I'm trying to do something, I need to continue to try to do that. Same thing. That doesn't mean I can't be flexible with it. That's something to keep in mind as well. You aren't stubbornly consistent, always doing the same thing, but you shouldn't change your mind. So let's get a game and see how it goes.
Start to play.
Oh, good. I'm black again. We'll see if I get the game. You don't always. I've been really feeling in the mood to play this very territorial style, so I'm going to continue that for now. Interesting. I think I will basically match them. And I will also do an enclosure. It's probably good. And I think I will just approach the top left. Oh, okay. I'll take the corner here. I almost always just take the corner because it's usually the simplest option. And since this is a Joseki, would not need more. Since this is normally a Joseki, we can just continue on with it. But in this case, no longer Joseki. So we just push up and Hane, and then we connect. I think we can do that, yeah. Oh. Well, the tiger's mouth shape is a very, very good, nice shape that they can make here. With a tiger's mouth, I have an awkward position here, so I will extend one more time. They actually don't need to protect this, but that was just a very strong position to be in. And now we can actually potentially go to the left side here, where we can maybe split the side or do something in the corner. So we tried it in like the last game. So I'm going to try this move again and see what I get out of it. See if that may live in the corner. If they're going to try to prevent me from living in the corner. Okay, so it's the diagonal here. Yeah, I can Hane first, but I think I'm supposed to take this side first. Okay. Yeah, this sort of an awkward play style here, but it's okay. This is all good for me so far. They just gave themselves bad shape and didn't really hurt my group too much. My group is not alive, though. So I want my group to live. If they surround it... Yeah, the surround is kind of awkward. So I think surround is the more important thing to fight against. So I'm probably turning. The other option was to push in the corner first, because we need 7 in a row in order to live on the side easily. And so we're not quite there yet. So I will turn. And I will definitely jump because I don't want to let them connect. It feels like they really don't have that much territory. So do I need another move? If they wedge here, I Atari and connect, they cut, and I can push through this to make sure my group is alive. They do get some center, but that's about it. So if they play another move, then I can fix if I need to, and I can't be surrounded yet. So I will go over to the side over here. And let's fix my corner. I believe this is sort of a better shape to do the corner stuff for now. I can still come out towards the center, and my group is very close to living. This is a little bit awkward. It's like they're trying to do exactly what I did, but in this case, it's not quite the same. So if I push over the top, they go over, we block, and they have to go into the corner to live. If they do the diagonal again, we block, and then they can maybe live in the corner. It's a little difficult, though. If we just block them directly, I think the diagonal is a good move. And they can do this and push out, but I don't actually have weakness here that's too easy to use. I think covering over the top might be the better option here, because I'm going to be blocking. That was my goal. Because I have this extra stone in the corner, which means that these cutting points are not very severe. I'll just connect. Look, I could push and try to do something, but it seems like it might be too much. And so it looks like they're really, really trying their hardest to live here. If I do push in and capture, they get to cut. And I do have a lot of cutting points. So it could be a good idea to just live. I mean, to protect. So if I connect on the outside, that's the best way to protect. Or I could make this one if I want to focus on the territory. I'll just connect on, focus on the territory a little bit more. I think they could have just extended down, which was the better move, I think, overall. So to make my group extra strong, I will be
now starts.
playing in a way that forces white to live locally. This is the move they were supposed to play, so I'm okay with playing it myself. They were not really supposed to do this one, but this one should be fine as well. I will Atari first. And then Hane, so then they have to play one more move to live. I think that was a misclick. I think that was just a misclick. I'm like fairly certain about that. So I will just defend this cutting point on the outside. And I could kill them, but I'm just going to let them live because that was obviously just a misclick. So I'm not going to worry about that, because that's just disappointing when that happens. So yeah, I'm gonna let that go. So I can't really get too many points here. So I think my goal is more likely to just reduce here instead. And I feel a little bit bad, like, you know, following up on this right away. But let's play this move here that's somewhat slow. This will make their strength a little stronger, and then I'll follow up. So I feel a little bit bad just when they were just alive. So I'll give them a little bit of a bonus on the left side, even though it's still not perfect shape for them. Just a little bit of a bonus here feels okay. I'm going to... So which one's better? Coming over the top this way? Or connecting over this group? I think surrounding a group is usually better. So I'm going to surround this side. Yep, I'll connect. Yep, and I will... Should I peep first? If they cut me, I Atari and go over and block. Yeah, I think I can peep first, and then I will defend. Yeah. So they're still fine here. And I think I'm actually going... I actually think I should play this smarter move. Like, if I surround over here, this is fine, but it's hard for them to really come out here anyway. So I think the smarter move is probably to force them to live with this group now. It won't be too difficult for them to live. I just want to force them to live. So I'm just going to extend back. I could have gone down, maybe. That could have been a good option. Going down makes sense. That could have been a good way to prevent any eyes on the side. Yeah, I like that idea. This one, I think they're probably fine. So I want to play in a way that protects my weakest thing, which would be this cutting point, making this group a little bit weaker. So I will now surround the bottom side, make sure that is all good. And so now if they do cut, I only have one thing to worry about, which I think I can live directly with either side. So I think that's the easiest option here. And now it's too late for them. They're asking for way too much. So in this case, we don't go underneath. We don't go do anything else. I think we do just cap and separate. That's sort of the idea here. Just make sure they can't connect with the top group here. And they have to live. They just have to figure out how to live here. I could cut, but there's no need to. We can actually continue to just surround lightly, because we're actually also making some points here in the center as well. Can we just attach to this one? A little bit annoying.
9, 8.
But I think I'm going to do it anyway, because it's kind of annoying for white to deal with too. I will extend down. And then here, I believe we could probably cross-cut. If they capture on one side, we at least capture the other side. We can also just extend here as well. So I'm happy to capture one side or the other. So if I extend, they block and we cut. They have to push through and cut and capture this stone. And then we would capture the top side. The only other option would be, like, if this is something that's going to be a big deal, which it is for now. So we can honey over the top here, which is getting rid of this sort of eye shape here. But something else I'm looking at here is I'm also trying to build the center to some extent. And so I'm just going to connect. I can give up these 2 stones at this point. So the next thing I'm looking at here is how to close off this side using their shape in here. I really want this move for some reason. Sort of poking at their shape on one side.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I kind of like the idea of this move. So let's try it. Looks like we are going to potentially just be able to connect here well enough. They could, yeah, they should block here. And then I'm just going to take as much as I can of the center, basically. These 2 stones are not important, so I don't really need to worry about them. Do I need to worry about this, though? Crosscut, capture doesn't really matter, so I think honey underneath is nice. Make sure my corner has enough space to live. And this one, I can just cut directly. So I think I will do that. And we can just finish cutting through. Because this isn't Sente against the corner. So which one do I like more? Go down or go up? I think go up. This is the proper shape to cut through. So I might as well finish that one. Yep. And then here, we just can connect and that should be fine. This one could be a slightly better move. And this one could also be okay. Which one's the best one? If I extend up and they capture, we're just alive. If they throw in,
9,
it's a little
8,
bit annoying.
7,
So there's something like this
6,
seems
5,
nice.
4, 3, 2.
But I think I
1.
can live with this one, so I'll try this one. So I think we have enough outside liberties that this should be fine, but we'll find out. Is that one even Sente? Yeah, sure. It's Sente. So I'll just connect. I wasn't looking at a cut. I was strictly looking at something else here. So should I do it this way? No, I was thinking this one, but this one, they go over here, we just capture. They connect and we're alive. So I think I'm going to try this one. Yes, I think we have enough outside liberties that this will work for us. So I think here we can just block this. Turn this into an eye, basically. I was more worried about if they did this empty triangle.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
So I'm going to do that one. But normally I always protect in the safest way possible, so I wanted to try to protect in a little bit of a different way here. This one just doesn't work. I can just block one side. Should I cut though? Cut. They have to respond, so they do that when I go down. They capture. I throw in again.
9.
I don't know if that really matters.
8,
I can just block
7,
on one side.
6.
Let's just do that. Then we can throw in. And then we just have to make sure they run out of liberties
Young
first.
now starts.
I'm going to see on the AI graph if this mattered at all. Because if it did, then I'll look into what I should have done. Anyway, as I said, these two stones don't matter at all. They're not at all important. So I can just give them up completely. But if I do block this way, they go out, I connect the Atari. They have a really hard time living in here anyway. But I don't want to give them that opportunity. So I'm just going to let them have the stones so that I can block over the top here to get rid of all my extra Aji. Yeah, and that fixes all my cutting points too, which is really nice. Yep, I'll just block here. I'm definitely connecting. They could have done that without the push, but either case, it's fine. That move even Sente. They can connect underneath and get a lot of points, so I will answer. Answering at least of one time here, but I don't need that for life. So I think the more important thing here is probably getting these bigger in-game moves. So I'm going to play in the corner first. Because if they don't have any points in the corner, if I get points in the corner, then this group's not alive yet. Oh, he resigned. Okay. I think that was actually kind of an interesting game. But again, like my last opponent, it really seems like sometimes you run into a Fox player that's very decent and sometimes you do not. But overall, I think this was still a useful game. Nice warm-up game. I think I mostly did things fine. And of course, I let him live here, even though because of his misclick, he shouldn't have lived. But it was a misclick. Let me look at the graph really quick. I can probably show you as well. Okay. So now let me look at just the... It's going to have... Because I could have killed, so we'll have one spike in it for sure. But I do want to just see if it has one later on in the game. Okay, no, nothing later on in the game. All right. So I'll show you real quick. Yeah, here's the graph here. It was just basically just up, and then it went down around here, because I think it's usually not a good idea to come in here right away. But I just wanted to sort of try this out and see how it went. But then I should just be... I'm just winning basically the entire time. I probably could have done this area a little bit better, but nothing to really worry about. There's not even a little spike anywhere later, so it should be okay. So I can look at this in more detail on my own, but it doesn't look like I need to go into much detail right now. But again, very much like my last game, another player that just played, I'm going to say this is more like a Q player, as in like much lower in strength compared to some of the other people I played here at 3 Dawn. So it's kind of interesting. Hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'm not sure there's too much I need to learn from this game, but I still enjoyed it. So I'll see you guys in the next video here. Maybe I'll record again. Who knows?